What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So it happened again with Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. Once again, he froze up in front of cameras in public view. You may recall it happened back in July when he and other leading Republican senators were being asked about some political matter or whatever. I can't remember what it was exactly about, but he froze for 30 damn seconds. I think it was. He froze, completely frozen, fixed his eyes. It was scary. It was almost as if he was a standing dead person, not answering reporters or even people standing next to him. Then supposedly he was seemingly fine afterwards. Well, it happened again a couple of days ago where he froze again when he was being asked questions by reporters. I think it had something to do with whether or not he would stand for re-election. I think he stands up for re-election in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he froze again. Now, supposedly, the doctors checked him out and said that he's fine. But he can't be fine. He can't just be 100% fine. There's something going on with this guy. Now, from what I've been reading, now look, you can't diagnose a person, from afar. It's just, people love to do that, but it's irresponsible to try to do that. But there are many well-known medical doctors who have said that if they had to guess what's going on with Mitch McConnell, especially considering that he had another episode that was similar to the one before, they said it was less likely. I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. It's less likely that he's having strokes and more likely that he's having seizures. And supposedly, these small seizures are the result of some sort of brain damage that he suffered from a concussion that he suffered from a nasty fall this past winter. As a matter of fact, there have been reports that he has fallen multiple times, including a nasty fall on an airplane about a month ago. So, look, I'm not an expert on seizures, but I know that my father, after he suffered a stroke, was starting to have seizures. This was years ago. My father is no longer with us. But my father began to have seizures, and we had to put him on anti-seizure medication. Now, Mitch McConnell's seizures aren't that pronounced. If there are seizures, but there's obviously something going on with Mitch McConnell. Something. I'm noticing that whenever he's communicating with reporters now, he's always in the company of someone there to hold his hand or keep him from falling or something. He doesn't talk the same. He's not as articulate, obviously. He seems weakened, feeble. That's just what comes with age, I guess, obviously. But at this point, man, they gotta get look, man, these politicians, they gotta give it up, man. They gotta give it up, man. This lifelong, I want to serve my community bullshit to my last breath. No, you're becoming a detriment and an embarrassment to the House or the Senate. You know what I mean? Like, we can't have these leaders holding these seats hostage. So a lot of times it comes from the fact that a lot of these politicians look at it like this. Well, these senators that have been there for decades, they become institutions. They become a surefire a locked seat. No one was going to beat Teddy Kennedy while he held that seat. No one was going to beat, and no one will beat, more than likely, Dianne Feinstein as long as she holds that seat. Nobody was going to beat Robert Byrd as long as he held that seat. Nobody was going to beat Strom Thurmond as long as he held that seat. I mean, there was a poll that came out in 1996. I remember that's the last election and Strom Thurmond won. And I think at the time he was 96 years old, re-elected to the Senate. And something like that. No, he was a little bit younger than that. He was 93? 93 going on 94, I think it was. But anyway, point is, the poll has said in South Carolina, how many voters are voting for change? And like 80% of voters wanted to vote for change. But yet, they re-elected Strom Thurmond by over 60%. So it goes to show you, like, a lot of people on some bullshit, man. But they keep re-electing these fossils, man. And these guys are just shells of themselves. But they are an institution and they are a sure vote. And at this stage in politics, it's all about getting as many sure seats for your party as possible. So they will do what, Edith Wilson did with her husband Woodrow. In October of 1919, Woodrow Wilson suffered a massive stroke, and the right thing would have been for him to step down, because from October 1919 to the end of his term, he was basically incapacitated. But they didn't want Thomas R. Marshall to become president. So they basically covered up the extent of Woodrow Wilson's injuries or disability from the Republicans. They did a great job of doing that. And in essence, Edith Wilson was the closest thing we've ever had to a female president. She, in effect, became president of the United States. Her and his doctor. So yeah, we've seen this before. Man, but now it's on a lower scale. But in essence, man, you got the workers, the assistants to these senators, and some representatives. They're pretty much de facto, by committee, they're the senators. They're the representatives. We didn't elect them. If you can't perform your duties, you should resign. But that's just my opinion, man. That they gotta get the hell up out of here, man. So, Mitch, do everybody a favor, man, and just retire. I'm tired of seeing these guys just hanging on to power, man. The baby boomer generation has been hanging on to power for 30, 40 years now. Yeah, when Bill Clinton came into office, he was 46 years old, which is extremely young for a president. You had some other baby boomers coming to power. That was fine. They were young. But now they're getting up there, man. Bill Clinton's 76? 77 years old? Joe Biden is 81 or 80, somewhere in that range. I think he'll be 81 in November. Look, man, you can't have all these old ass people in office. Elizabeth Warren, she's in her mid or late 70s. Bernie Sanders is in his 80s. I mean, all these political leaders, man, are just so it's ridiculous, man. When's next generation of leadership going to take over? When are they going to step down and let the younger generation take over?